Welcome to Knit One, Hard Two. I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wendy on Ravelry, Penny Wendy 2 on Spark People, and clearly I was not ready to start.
Apparently not.
I don't know
asked
what
you
I was.
if you
I know. Sorry, everyone.
And I didn't even go, hi!
Hey, welcome back if you are a repeat viewer, and if you're a new viewer,
Thanks for
that
checking us
beginning
out.
is not typical of how
Yes, it
awesome
is.
and organized we are.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. 712 members on the Rav
Wow, we
group.
boosted
We are
up over
inching
10.
up on 1,000.
Yikes.
Inching up. Join the group. We have a lot of fun in the group.
And you know what? Somebody started a thread about needles. Let me just take the moment to say, please start threads.
Yes, please do. It's your
We're
group
not
too.
Yeah, exactly. We do not have to be the ones to start a thread. And I'm glad she started the thread about needles. It was some very good information.
I learned some stuff that I didn't know,
Yeah.
like that thing about heating your old
I had known
Addies.
about that.
I think I might have known about that,
It
but I
didn't
forgot
work
all
very
about
well
it.
with mine, but that was because they got really, really kinked.
But
that's
that's good to know, and we had some good information in that thread that everyone can use. So I love that stuff.
I do too.
I love that, and I want you to know, viewers, if you tell us about a problem that you have, we will work to rectify it. Enid, I'm talking to you. We are recording at my house today, and I have turned off the thing that sounds like water running so that you don't have to go to the bathroom while you watch our show.
Yes.
It's my my amphibian tank.
She's got a little frog with crickets.
Yes, and well, the crickets are his,
Right.
food.
I've yet to see the frog, so I don't actually
We
believe
had
there was
two
a
frogs.
frog.
One mysteriously disappeared, but we still have the other frog, and it has a little waterfall thing. I don't know exactly. It's my husband's
Filter. I
It's my husband's project with the kids, but I turned it off for the recording so that it does not make anyone's bladder feel the urge.
It's that way. You just can't see it, but that's why I keep looking over there.
It's that way.
So
I don't know how I managed to do it.
I've looked for a frog, and I've yet to find one every time I'm here.
He's bright orange, too. You really can't miss him.
Really?
Well, the bottom
Maybe that might have something to do with it, because I'm looking for a green frog.
Well, he's green on top, but his bottom is bright orange. He's a fire toad, and they're poisonous. Why my husband thought this was a great pet for the kids, I don't know, but we have one.
Just like a tiger is, I suppose.
And now that we've thoroughly entertained you with talk about the amphibians in my house, I think I'm going first this
I know,
week.
but I haven't gotten there yet. Sorry.
Sorry.
First off, I want to talk about our sock knit along. Please tag your projects as K1H2 sock KAL, and the socks that are coming over are just gorgeous.
And can I tell you how excited I am? So many people are doing socks. Hey, double dip, we don't care.
I love the fact that so many people are finishing their socks.
Yes,
that's what I really
too.
like, because that's what that's what it's for. It's to help you guys finish any socks.
And it's awesome.
I also just want to take a moment right here to mention the charities that are going around. I'm sure you guys have heard about them. Melissa from His and Hers podcast, Melia Bella, Sarah, Rain Lover Knits from Rain Lover podcast are both doing the breast cancer walk.
Mm-hmm.
And Melissa's got some, I believe if you go to her and donate at least $5, she's got prizes. Sarah from Rain Lover has published a few patterns that if you purchase, her funds go to the walk, her walk. Erin, Mommy Need John, is published a pattern, No More Tears, which I test knitted and I showed you guys last week. I don't have it with me right now. And all the proceeds from her pattern go to Autism Speaks.
Yep.
And then there's Sadie, or Blue Ruin, from Yarnivore podcast. She's doing the Snuggles project.
Which is for pets.
Pets.
Shelter animals.
So if you make a snuggle, there's 3 different sizes, and we'll link you to Sadie Yarnivore's thread on that. You can post it in Yarnivore's thread and any of the other one of the other podcasters who's doing it. I think it's Diane from Knittables, Katie from Knitting on the Fly, Steve from Dramatic Knits, and I think there's 1 or 2 more that are doing it as well. But so go check out the charity.
Apparently, the month after Christmas is the time to be charitable. Because there are a lot of charities going on.
There is a lot of charities. It is kind of nice. So I just wanted to make sure that, any of our viewers who may not be watching any of the other podcasts are aware of what's going on.
Cool.
So on the dance card.
Okay, and I will go with the first thing, which I'm knitting on right now. Unfortunately, I started a row right before Sheila came over today, and I'm still in the middle of the row. But this is the Lysianthus by Romy Hill, and it's getting pretty big.
It is.
It is. I've knit a lot on it. It's actually a very fast knit. Just don't run it off the needle.
I'm not running it off the needles. Trying not to run it off the needles.
Hold it up so you can see it through the light background. Just put it higher and move it towards you. There we go. So there it is. I'm knitting this. This is Lysianthus by Rosemary Hill, designs by Romy. It's $8.50 on Ravelry. I'm knitting it on a US 3.25 millimeter for the center medallion, which is a flower. And the rest of it I'm currently knitting in a US 4 3.5 millimeter, which is the recommended needle size. And the yarn is Ivy Bramble's Romantica in the Night Sky colorway from Yarn and Fiber Company. And it has 6 charts, A through F. I am on the last repeat of chart C. You repeat chart C 4 times. And I was talking to my friend Diane Oz about this to try to figure out where I was. And I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more charts after this.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's 5 more repeats after this. Different charts. There are 3 charts left. I have 5 more repeats after this. So I'm about halfway done.
Oh, okay.
Because this was, I mean, well, halfway done in the sense of the pattern. Every row is going to be bigger, so I'm really not halfway done, but I will be halfway through the pattern when I get done with the last repeat, which is 20 rows. So I have 20 more rows of this chart. So I'm enjoying it. It goes very quickly, I think. It's very easy to work on. I was knitting on it. If you saw Knitting on the Fly, I was working on it when we were out to dinner with Katie, Jet Girl. And I'm enjoying it quite a bit. And this is, it's kind of my TV watching knitting now, because I mean, if it's a show that I don't have to look at too much, you know,
I just find it funny. It's kind of my TV watching where most of us have plain snug in it. Stitch.
This is not a difficult pattern though. Like a lot of the repeats you will find is like knit, 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 yarn over 3 together, yarn over, knit, knit, knit. You know, it kind of gets into a rhythm.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm enjoying that quite a bit. That's an awesome pattern. Put that down here for now.
Oh, good.
It's in my gnome bag from Knitting's My Bag on Etsy, which is, her bags are housing most of my stuff right now. I don't know why, but because I love them. So that's number 1. Number 2, the Spectra shawl got a lot of love this week. This is Spectra by Stephen West, and it looks like that. You can get this pattern for $6 on Ravelry, or you may be able to get it at a local yarn store as well. I got mine at Woolpack in Littleton, Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah. I
am knitting it on a US 5 3.75 millimeter, and I have done, it's getting quite long.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's a lot of fun. So yeah, I've done this much. It's gorgeous.
I love the colors.
The purple solid is Madeline Tosh in the Midnight Rendezvous. Limited edition colorway, I think. I got it in a Loopy U kit. Who knows if it's really limited edition, but I kind of think that it was dyed specifically for the kit.
Sure.
For the club. It was for the club.
Sure.
Don't know. So, I mean, if you're trying to look for it, I don't know if she still makes it. And then this is Crystal Palace Mini Mochi Color 304, which unhelpfully 304, not a great name, but it is the green through purple gradient.
Very pretty subtle. I like the subtleness of it.
Yes, and you can kind of see the Mini Mochi has a little bit of a halo to it, and it's very soft. And then the Mad Tosh is very springy, and I kind of love the way it's smoother. I just kind of love the difference in textures on this. And all of the Mini Mochi is in a stockinette, and the outside is all in garter stitch, and I just think it's really pretty. So I'm enjoying this. This truly is mindless knitting. I have not had to look at the pattern since I did the first wedge, and you just go, go, go.
Sorry.
My house is filled with allergens.
I don't know. I have something that I just can't get
Maybe
out.
the Mini Mochi.
No.
I don't know.
I'm sure it has
Anyway, I'm
something to do with
loving
on
this.
my
I have to
shirt.
say, I don't think I would. The mini mochi is a single ply, and it's got a halo. I don't think I would want to knit an entire garment solely out of this. I certainly wouldn't want to knit socks out of this. It feels like you would wear through them in like an instant.
Probably similar to the Zoberball.
Yeah, it's really, it's a single ply, so it doesn't have a lot of wear in it. But I do think that as an accent, or maybe for a hat or mitts or something that wasn't going to get a lot of
Like the
Zoberball.
No. The mittens you did.
Oh, the county mittens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be what Zober. I can't think of the name. Or not. Zober.
Zelbuvat or not.
Thank you.
What are you talking about?
But you know how it was a subtle change?
Yes,
that would look nice.
That would look. A lot of people have done this out of county, and a lot of people do a solid for the outside and a long gradient for the inside. But I've seen it done solid outside, wildly variegated yarn in the middle, and I've seen county done for both the outside and the inside.
County,
so the color
that can be
changes
gorgeous.
go really gorgeous. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. I love Stephen West. I am officially now a Stephen West fan. Who knew?
I've done
Stephen
it.
West?
He's done the turn.
Yeah, that's
Turn
Jared
the
Flood. Turn the Square is Jared Flood.
Oh, okay.
It's not Jared Flood. I'm not a Jared Flood fan. I am
I know,
a
but
Stephen
I'm
West
pretty
fan.
sure that I've done some Stephen West, but maybe
Call
not.
me Stephen. I love you. All right. Because you know how all these designers are constantly calling
absolutely.
me. So the next thing I have on the thing, I'm still working on my sock.
I love the color of that.
I do too. This is the Lotus Blossom sock that I am designing. I'm not going to show you the stitch pattern until it's all finished. I am hoping to get it out to test knitters after this weekend. I have 3 people lined up to test. And I just finished.
Technically 4.
Well, yeah, because you. 4. I didn't count you, but yeah, I have Sheila too. I didn't know if you still wanted to do it. It's super fun.
I know the yarn I'm going to use already.
Yeah, it's super fun. It works really well, and this is a semi-solid Dream in Color in the Blue Lagoon colorway, but it will look gorgeous in a
I'm going to try the
in a variegated because it's a slip stitch pattern. And I think especially if I make the repeats a little bit farther out, you'll really play up the difference in colors. So
hopefully.
I'm just doing around. I fooled around with a slip stitch heel, and I'm fooling around with some other ideas, but the pattern's pretty much written up at this point. And
you're just fooling around.
Yeah, I'm just
tweaking it.
Yeah, my husband's making fun of me because there are a few things that I'm going to change when I do the second sock, and he said they won't look the same, and I'm like, oh, they'll be the same color. But that's in my Valentine kit bag. Oh, and I wanted to mention, I think today is the day that the St. Patrick's Day kits are on sale in Lois's store.
Are they?
Knitting's my bag. I don't know. It's gorgeous. You need to check that.
I'm going to do that right now. I just can't. They're too expensive for me.
They're
for right now.
Wonderful, though. So.
Oh, they're gorgeous. I would love to get them.
Yeah, but this
I'd
was
like
from
to
the
try
Valentine's Day limited edition, and I love it. It's beautiful. And that's my sock. So that's the third thing. And the last thing, as I cast on one of my future dates.
February 2nd.
That's tomorrow. It's Friday.
Next regular update is February 2nd. The next Bag and More is February 16th.
Okay, I totally lied. She is having a shop update on Friday, tomorrow.
Which is her last chance, or last call for
any Valentine's Day themed bag. So if you want one.
Somebody asked me about my bag and said I didn't see it in the shop. I said I had it special made, but I'm sure she got one for it.
She actually has a link that you can get through her website that shows all of her stashed cloth. Yes. Oh. And you can go through, and if she has it, she updates. It's a Flickr set, and I'm not sure. We'll get the link on the show notes. Let me write that down. But she has a Flickr page, and she tries to keep it updated, and it has all of her different cloth.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't see something that you like, you can always ask her to do a special order, and it will take some time depending on what she's got going on. But that's a great way to find the exact bag that you want. It's linked in a thread in our group, and I will give Sheila the link for it before she leaves so she can put it in the
I got it.
Oh, you have it? Okay, she has it. It's on her Etsy store too, and it's awesome. She has lots of really beautiful things. I was drooling over some of them. So anyway, my last one, which is in my podcaster challenge bag, which I'm actually getting a ton of use out of this bag.
I think mine still has some stuff that I haven't put away.
It's just a really nice shape.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? This is Crestview by Cecily Glowick McDonald, or Glowick, I don't know how you say it.
Okay, I'm sorry. 55 pages worth on her Flickr.
She has a lot of cloth. If you can't
I don't know if
something,
all those are current, but...
She tries to keep it updated for what she has on.
But I'm sure the 55th page probably isn't current fabric.
She tries to keep it current as to what she has on hand.
Really? So
yes.
this
is what she said.
I'm going to the 55th page. January 3rd, 2009. If she has it.
All I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, this is the Crestview sweater by Cecily Glowick McDonald. I'm trying to find the picture so you can understand what I'm looking at here. That's what it looks like. It is a jacket, a buttoned jacket, and it is knit in pieces and seamed together, which is unusual for me, but according to the pattern, it's designed that way, so the structure is more like a jacket.
Okay.
The seams give it structure. It won't be so soft. I'm knitting it. This pattern was gifted to me by Knittables of Diane Knittables podcast for Christmas, and I love it. And everybody has been knitting these bulky sweater things. My friend Diana Oz is on her second one this year. She finished one in like 3 weeks. And then, I know Diana Knittables is knitting that Shalom cardigan.
And
it looks so nice. So I wanted to get on the bulky knitting bandwagon. So here is the part that I've started already.
And that's the back.
This is the back. And you can see the crazy lace pattern. Just pull it out a little. There you go. It's nice. It's just a nice, like I'd say a fall or a spring jacket. I'm knitting it out of Classic Elite Duchess, which is discontinued, although I have it on good authority that if you live near the Classic Elite warehouse, which we do in Burlington, they still have Duchess available there. It's in a navy blue colorway, and you can't really see it up close, but it has little bits of purple in it.
I was going to say it looks purplish to me.
It's purpley
like
blue.
Plum.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And it's a blend of merino, cashmere, angora, nylon, and rayon. And it's so soft. I love it. And it's bulky, but it's like a smooth bulky. It's not
it's not
puffy.
chunky. It's not like cascaded.
Yeah, it's smooth. I love it. I've knit another sweater out of this that needs to be ripped out.
What's the yardage per ball, if you know?
I don't have the thing, but I think it's just under 100.
Oh, okay.
It's like 95 or 97 or something like that. This sweater takes 13 balls of it, but you can get them at the Classic Elite warehouse right now for less than $4 a ball, which is a really fair price for a sweater, I think.
Yeah, so you're looking at like $52 for a handmade sweater.
For a handmade sweater that has a cashmere blend, and it's soft and really wonderful. So I started that on Monday night. I ripped back half of it, then I knit on it for like an hour last night. And I'm already at the waist increases. I did the waist decreases. So I'm really enjoying this. It's kind of my, when I get sick of knitting with fingering and lace weight project, I go to this. It's the exact opposite. Knitting with these is kind of like knitting with little baseball bats. These are 10.5 needles, size 10.5, but I'm enjoying it. So that's all I have on the needles for right now.
Oh, good.
It's all you now.
All me. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I was thinking about it and I was talking to Wendy. I'm like, how come I don't have more progress? The reason I don't have more progress is because really we only recorded Friday and today is Wednesday.
We didn't have our usual full
So the only thing that I have on the dance card is fingerless mitts because I am trying to bang out these fingerless mitts.
This is her obligation knitting.
This is my obligation knitting, and I am halfway through my third pair. Had to think about it because I showed you guys the finished first pair last week. I've done one more pair, and I was hoping to have this finished too, but I was working on some other stuff last night, which we'll talk about later. But I'm keeping it a basic fingerless mitt based on the Urban Necessities pattern by Colleen Michelle. On these are done on US 6 4.0 millimeter and Cascade Cascade 220. And this is a maroon color. I'm using basically all my scrap. It's kind of bright.
I know. The yarn is coming out good this week.
I did 5 rows on a 1x1 ribbing. I'm on my thumb gusset, and I'll show you my finished one next. But really, this is all I've worked on. I have no love on my socks, my sweater, or my blanket. Nothing. And I haven't been knitting besides knit night other than work.
Yeah.
Because I knit so much during work,
You're
by the time I'm home, it's like I am burned out, and it gives my thumb a break. But that's all I have on the dance card. I'm sorry. Next week, I'm hoping to finish. Today is Wednesday. I have to work Thursday and Friday, so I'm hoping to finish my other pair of mitts this week, before this weekend, and this is what I'm going to do it out. It's leftovers of brown sheep nature spun in the Nordic blue.
Is that a cotton blend?
No.
No.
Nope, it's wool. I think it's from LLYS, Lara's local yarn store. She gave this to me. I think I did some slippers out of it. And so, yeah, this is old. But, so, and then I will get cracking on my other stuff.
I know, that's how I feel.
I was really bummed that I didn't work on the sweater, but I really just want to get rid of these. Get these out
it's
of the
obligation
house.
knitting. You want it to be done. It's not like you're doing it for the joy of it. And the unfortunate thing is you're doing 3 things that are pretty much the same.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. Well, that's why I had to change it up a little, and you'll see my finished mitts of what I've done to change it up a little. But and I do have one more, a couple more semi-obligation knitting. It's the baby knitting, but that's not obligation so much.
Yeah.
And then the socks that I told a person I would knit for is kind of obligation, but
yeah.
I told her I probably wouldn't get through to them until this month now, February, but I still would like to get them out of it. And then I'm not going to, I refused to sign up for a test knit. I had a chance and I didn't. So
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of myself too.
Wills of steel.
Yes.
All right, so rate your date. I have nothing to rate because I finished absolutely nothing in terms of knitting this week. So I will turn that section right over to you, Sheila.
Sounds good. So here's my second pair of fingerless mitts. I like these too. I really do. Cascade 220. The green, which I did a cabled hat out of, and the awareness ribbon hat with. So, and actually, after I made these, I'm like, darn it, this would have been a good match.
I know, to go with that hat.
But I used it, well, I still got the hat, so I may make a pair of mitts for me because I got what will become a cowl because I don't wear hats. So here is the fingerless mitts. Again, it's the Urban Necessity glove mittens thing. And the Urban Necessities has the mitten top to it, but I'm just leaving that off. And again, it's by Colleen Michelle. These were knit on US 6s in the green and a white colorway.
I like them.
I do too.
I like the stripes.
I do too.
I'm a big fan.
It's a 2x2 stripes, just in the green and white. And my second one is here. The ends aren't woven in, and actually the thumb isn't finished. I just have 2 rows on the thumb, but it's because the needles are occupied. I think I cast these on somewhere where I was in the car. I wasn't able to work on the thumb because the way my husband drives, I would have gotten sick. So that's my second pair. And here's my first half of my third pair, and I actually increased 2 stitches on this. Did the same as this, where less ribbing, more. And I know a lot of patterns tell you after the ribbing to start increasing, but I like a long cuff.
I like to make a cuff before I start for the thumb.
So this is, again, it's just basic. But what I did here is once I was done with the thumb gusset, I bound off the stitch. I actually did one more thumb increase than I would normally. And I bound off, and then the next round I knit 2 together to close up the hole so that I wouldn't have a loose, where the stitches would spread out.
Yeah.
So I closed it up, and I really like it. This is for the bus driver, and I think she wants them short so that she can grab the wheel. So I really like this.
I like it too. Came out good.
And I like, this is 38 stitches compared to the other one, which was 36. And technically, I think I probably would do 2 more stitches because I got fluffier hands than she does. But, so, next week, I hope to show you 4 finished pairs. And then right after that, they're going to the bus driver.
Yay!
Get them out of my house. I will have to say it's cleared out some of my scraps.
Well, that's good.
And, which leads me into my future. So go ahead.
All right, so I do have a whirlwind romance this week. And I did touch upon it last week, saying that it was on the spinning wheel. I might have even showed you the bobbin, but I did 4 more ounces of my 100% Targi from Spunky Eclectic in the Red Rover colorway. And it's really funny. I did this ounce in a short forward, mostly a short forward draw. Towards the end, I started practicing long draw, so there's some parts of it. So this was in a short forward draw, and I Navajo applied it. And I got 51.5 ounces out of yards out of my 2 ounces.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and I love how it's coming up, and you can really, it's very smooth, and the twist is really good. And I was showing Sheila after I washed it and thwacked it, it came out to be fairly well balanced. Well, now it's twisting. It was fairly well balanced.
I saw it.
I don't know
I'm
if
the witness to it.
Twisted it back up by doing this. And I've been using these, I got these cards from scrapbooking. They're like little tags. Let's see if I can get the glare off of it. There you go. There, wait. Okay, there you go. There you go. It's just a little tag, and it has a reinforced hole on it, and I've been using those on my finished skeins of yarn so that I can remember exactly what the yarn is when I pull it out of my stash. This is being spun specifically for a knit backpack that I'm going to make for my daughter. So because I ran out of the pink Zoe yarn, I call it, because it was hot pink and orange. I didn't have enough yardage, so I'm going to blend that in with this. I might do stripes. I think stripes would be kind of fun.
It would be fun.
So anyway, this is the one that I did short forward draw. I learned how to do long draw. That was my technique that I'm learning right now, long draw. And I did long draw from the fold. And this is the yarn that I got from the next bat. I have 2 4-ounce bats. This is the second half of the first bat. This is the new one. And it's hard to see maybe on camera, but this one is softer and puffier than this one because of the different technique, which I thought was really interesting. And I also got more yardage. I got 66 yards. And it came out very well balanced. And this is probably a worsted weight, maybe to the air inside in a couple of places. So I'm really enjoying that. I've mentioned it before, but since I'm a new spinner, I try to spin on every project a different fiber or a different ratio on the whirl, or use a different technique. So this was, I'd never spun Targi before. I really like it. And this is my long draw technique, which I also really like, and also the first time from spinning from the fold. So it's been fun. There's so many videos out on the internet that can help you. So if you're stuck in a spinning rut or you're a new spinner, go on the internet, find a video, and see if you can find a new technique to jazz things up. My future date now is I have designed a shawlette. It will be more like a narrow scarf in a sort of a crescent shape, and it will be knit side to side like that.
No, you're gonna from the cast on to the
points.
Right, but side to side to me is
yeah.
long. So you're gonna start with a certain amount of stitches. You're gonna increase and then decrease and then finish.
Decrease to go back.
Sideways shawl, I think it's called.
A sideways shawl. It will be in fingering weight. And it will wear like a scarf. It will wrap several times around your neck. So if anyone is interested in test knitting that for me, it will come out sometime during February for test knitting. It won't take me as long to write up as the sock because it's pretty straightforward what I'm doing. PM me if you're interested. I have one potential person already lined up, but I could use a couple more. So I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. I haven't decided. But I'm really looking forward to that. I designed it to take advantage of the striping that occurred in the yarn that I spun up for Fat Cat Knits, which will be, it was fractal spun and it has like a stripe that will go through it. So the stripe will be part of it. So if you have yarn that stripes a little bit or, you know, has that kind of colorway, you might want to consider test knitting in that. So let me know. PM me.
Okay, my future dates is I found out that my friend who's having the baby, they're planning, if everything continues to go well, to take the baby on March 29th. And it's going to be bigger than they planned.
March 29th. I got to
That's
get on
2 months,
that.
yeah. So I need to get on the baby blanket and the sweater that is kind of on the needles but haven't been done with. And also looking through my wool scraps, because of doing these mitts, I have a lot of onesie twosies types of wool.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to do a felted bag with those.
Oh, good idea.
Because it will be a funky, but it may be a longer term project where
Right.
you just add to it as you go.
Right.
Kind of like the sock blankets,
Exactly.
but with wool scraps. Because really, there's only so much you can do with wool scraps. I mean,
worsted, yeah.
Yeah, worsted. So that's my future date.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I think what I might do is I think I have some black yarn, but I have to test to make sure that it's feltable because sometimes it gets mixed in with my non-feltable, and if not, then I may just buy a skein
Of black.
black from Patton's.
Or let me look in the stash of worsted that I have upstairs.
Well, just because for me, I don't know about anyone else, felted bags or bags to me need to be a dark color because they're going to be on the ground a lot.
Yeah.
So I've knit the Lucy bag, which I liked a lot. And
Oh, yeah, I
somebody
enjoyed
came
that.
out with a similar version to it, but in sport weight.
Huh.
But I don't have sport weight. So anyways, that's my future date.
That's cool.
So I got to get cracking on that baby stuff.
Yeah, me too. I got to bang out that one thing that I was
That's
going
not
to
going
do.
to take you long.
I want to do booties, though, too. I want
that'd
to
be
do
good.
booties that match. Because it's crazy
Yeah.
like that. So, crushes and heartbreaks. I have a crush and I have a heartbreak. I'm going to start with the heartbreak first. Crestview is my heartbreak. And it's just a little story about that. It's a really simple sweater. You basically knit a rectangle with the lace inside and a couple of rectangles for the front and then a couple of arms and sew it all together. It's like not rocket science. It's mostly stockinette. And I'm thinking, I am going to crank this puppy out in like 2 weeks, right? Because it's going so fast. And it has waist shaping. So you do some decreases towards the waist
right.
and then increases. So I knit like the whole bottom to the waist. And I did all of the waist increases. And then when I'm getting ready to do the decreases. And then when I got ready to do the increases, I realized I had done all the decreases on the right-hand side and totally blew off all the decreases but one on the other side. So my rectangle went like this. It was like shaped like this.
Why do you think?
Because
Or?
I don't know. I just would remember to do it at the beginning of the row, and by the time I got to the end of the row, I would totally have forgotten that I was supposed to do something. And so then I ripped down the side stitch to try to like pick it up in the end, and it was not good because it went down like 4 inches. So I had to rip back to this much on the bottom. Basically,
almost to the very beginning.
Almost to the very beginning. Basically, it was the garter stitch trim and like 3 rows of stockinette. I had to rip it all the way down and start over again. So I got going and I got it back up. And when I started the 3rd decrease, I realized when I was about to start, I had just finished the 3rd decrease. I realized that I have not done one on one side again, but it was only a row down.
Oh.
And then after that, I was like, I really need to write this down on the pattern. I don't know what, I'm having some kind of a crazy, it's like I can remember it at the beginning of the row, and I guess then my brain tells me I've done it, so then I just keep going.
Yeah.
But I narrowly escaped. And now I'm doing increases, and I'm having the same problem. So I have to write on the pattern something to remind me.
That's fun.
That I need to do the increases. So that was my heartbreak because it was going so quickly on Monday night. I would have had the back probably mostly finished by today if I hadn't had I literally had to rip out like this much. It was bad. So anyway, and my crush is Lois from Knitting My Bag. Knitting's My Bag on Etsy. Sheila came over today and she said to me, "Hey, you have a package from Lois on the front steps." And I said, "Well, no, I can't have a package from Lois." And then I was like, wait, did I order something and I forgot about that? But I hadn't. Lois sent me a really thoughtful gift that I'm not going to show to you until next week because it's a surprise. And but Lois, I just want to tell you that I cried after I read your note, and this is why you are the nicest person that I know. Except, of course, Sheila's also the nicest person that I know.
That's okay.
But that was very sweet, Lois. I don't
very
even know what to
sweet.
do. I'm going to start crying again, so I'm not going to talk about it. But I am telling everybody out there, if you don't have a Knitting's My bag, go out and buy one right now, just because Lois is so nice. She deserves to have your business. And also, she makes a really good bag.
She does.
And she's having a shop update tomorrow. Friday.
No, the 2nd.
The 2nd, tomorrow, and on the 6th. Right?
No, the 16th. We said it earlier in the show.
I can't remember. I'm sorry, Lois. I'm like the worst person. I'm trying
February
to
2nd, which is tomorrow, which is Thursday, is the last time you get a chance to get any of her Valentine's stuff.
Yeah.
She's having an update. And then the 16th will be the St. Patrick's Day bags and more.
Yes.
Which,
check
if
it
you
out.
go to her shop and go to
It
her
tells
Flickr
you.
page, if you go to her Flickr page, you can see the sneak preview of the St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, or if you go to her group, Knitting's My Bag,
Yes,
on
that too.
Ravelry, you can also see photographs. The St. Patrick's Day one coming up has this beautiful green yarn with a yellow accent yarn. It's really pretty.
And the yellow accent has sparklies in
has
it.
gold
Stellina, I think.
sparklies, yeah.
Stellina.
It's pretty.
So,
And you get extras with it, like candy and
buttons and the gold coins.
it's awesome.
So are you done with your crushes and
I am, but
heartbreaks?
you are my crush, Lois. You know that though. You're always my crush.
And my crushes and heartbreaks is actually a heartbreak. I had my tooth worked on last week,
I'm
which
sorry.
you guys.
My son just walked by and went, I'm not laughing at your tooth. I feel bad
No,
for
I
the
know
tooth.
you're not. So I happen to have a scheduled cleaning for today, and I'm glad I did because my tooth has been bothering me, and it's something wrong with the filling. Part of it came out, maybe. I'm not sure, but I have to go back tomorrow. He goes, it's so simple that I don't even need Novocaine, but it's like, okay, great. What am I going to do today? Because it's so sore. When I was brushing my teeth for my, you know how you brush your teeth before you're cleaning? It was so sensitive, but it's not sensitive to temperature. It was just, we were tapping on it. It's not sensitive on the side. It's definitely on the top where the filling is.
Yeah.
But I'm like, great, what am I going to do today? Because I have to survive. But, I feel like either an ice pack or a warm pack would make it feel better.
It's tooth pain is one of the worst pains that you can have. There's kidney stone pain, very bad. Tooth pain is another one of those. And sinus pain is bad, too.
And the one thing that I thought was funny is she cleaned the tooth, and it felt better. So he's concerned that food particles are getting in there, so I'm wondering if that's what happened. A food particle got in there and was irritating it.
Yeah, and now it's all irritated.
Oh my God, it was so sore. And my other heartbreak is work. I asked for Saturday off because I'm helping out with a fundraiser for one of my kids' schools. It's a trivia night. And I asked for Saturday off. Well, the price to pay is I'm working Monday, Tuesday, which I just finished, so I'm sorry I look like crud. I had less than 2 hours of sleep cleaning, and I'm here. Dentist cleaning. And then I am working Thursday and Friday again. I'm like, this is why I don't ask for time off, because you pay for it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's my heartbreak.
But at least you'll get to sleep in tomorrow.
Yeah, well.
What time's your appointment?
11:30.
So you'll get some sleep in.
Well, I'm not working tonight, so I can go to bed early.
But I mean,
I don't know.
You'll get
I don't get to sleep in late because who do you think takes care of the kids in the morning?
I know.
Me. Yeah, my husband couldn't even put out the trash today. Please, that was a whole other thing. I come home after being stuck at work for an extra half hour because the girls were late. One of them was. I come home to find the trash on the stairs, which is our subtle cue of put this in the trash barrel. Yes. But, also that it was trash day. And I'm like, really? Yes. Really? You couldn't even do that for me?
She's going to have a come to Jesus conversation.
Yeah, we need to have a conversation because he hasn't been working. I've been working quite a bit, and he hasn't been doing anything. And this is the reason why I refuse to get a daytime job, because I know I would still be doing everything.
Yes, you would.
Although the last 2 days he's been stacking some wood because we ordered more wood. We've been
That's
burning
good.
it through.
But he could be helping out a little bit more at home on the days when he is home and not working on his job search. So, yeah, I think you need to have that chat with him.
Yeah, that will be coming probably.
Tell him he doesn't want to make me come over there.
You can probably be pissed if
I know.
He'd probably be pissed if you guys knew what I was talking about.
Thank God he doesn't watch the show.
One of those very, nobody needs to know our business, which I'm really not sharing a lot, but.
It's the usual thing where you do everything and your husband, can only focus on, one thing.
I will say he did cook dinner on Monday. But that was because Zachary had a doctor's appointment for his hearing aids, and then we had an activity afterwards. So, like, you either cook dinner or we don't eat. That was basically what it came to.
And if you hear some laughing in the basement, my kids had a half day today. My daughter has a friend over for a play date. They promised they would be quiet.
They're not bad.
They're being pretty good. But that is any stray noise. They're in the playroom downstairs. But that is any stray noise you may be hearing in the background, because little girl laughs are very shrill.
Yes.
So
baubles and blings.
Baubles and blings. I got nothing, but I do want to tell you I have 2 things in the mail. I did a little shopping. I did order the February color for Fat Cat Knits, which is Wayfarer. And if anyone voted, because I did manage to get the episode up before they closed. If anyone voted for Wayfarer, thank you, because I wasn't going to buy it if it was the other colorway. Got the color so I got the colorway. I mean, no, I wanted Nerds. Fat Cat Knits Nerds is the bomb. It is the prettiest.
Is it Nerds as in like the candy nerds?
Yes, it's like these bright, saturated, crazy rainbow colors, and I really wanted that one to win. But Wayfarer is also very nice, and I got it in Polworth, which I haven't spun before. So I will be showing you that when it comes in, and that is going to be my spin-along this month. And I am going to spin for a 2-ply fingering weight. Long draw. Okay. That is my project. So I'm very excited. And also I ordered a spinning wheel accessory that I'm super excited about. So we'll see that when it comes in. How about you?
I have nothing. I did buy some more cotton yarn. Oh my god.
Cotton yarn.
Yeah, Boston's coming out in full force.
Sneaking out.
So I did buy some cotton yarn. I didn't bring it, and I will test the red yarn to see if it bleeds.
Thanks,
Wendy's
Mom, for the tip.
Suggested that I test it.
She called me up in panic. Tell her not to knit it until she makes sure.
I also did keep my receipt just in case I changed my mind. Blue Moon Fiber Arts, my Socks at Rock Club, is on its way. The curious thing I have, and maybe Diane could let me know about this, I got 4 emails with 4 different tracking numbers on my notifications, which I know people got tracking numbers and their stuff showed up that day. So I know that the tracking information is not accurate. They probably shipped it out and is now just getting to the paperwork, which is fine. And so I don't know. I'm just
or maybe you're going to get 4 shipments. Wouldn't that be awesome? Can I have one if you get 4 shipments?
I don't think I need 4 shipments of this color yarn, which is kind of funny. I'm not going to say what it is. We'll talk about it next week when I get it. I am one who looks at the spoilers. I love looking at the spoilers because sometimes the pictures of the spoilers aren't quite what you get. So I'm excited. It should be here hopefully today or tomorrow. Definitely by the end of the week. Definitely, hopefully, before the next podcast.
I hope so. I hope
if
all
not,
my
we
stuff
have a problem
comes too.
with that. So that's all the baubles and blings, and I don't even get to show you. So
and I will show you my super wonderful thing from Lois next week.
Gossip and innuendo.
Okay, so I'm continuing. Do you have anything that you want to do before I get into this?
You want to just talk about this?
Yes.
Okay, so we are working on a sock darning tutorial.
Yes.
We have several different techniques we're going to show. The weaving technique, you're going to do that one?
Yes, I'm going to show 2 techniques. I will show you how to weave over the hole, and I will show you how to duplicate stitch over weakened parts of your sock.
Which I learned recently is called Swiss darning.
Swiss darning.
And I am going to show a patch method that I thought I had read somewhere and I recently watched, so I knew I wasn't going crazy. And I'm going to show you an alternate method of what to do with your sock when it's beyond repair.
Oh, cool.
And so I have it's funny because not just one sock of this pair went, the whole sock. Both pairs. And Wendy saw it, so I have one that is going to be finished and one which we'll do live on the thing. So we are going to record that on Friday, and with editing it will be up sometime next week because I'm sure it will probably take some editing
because we're going to have to do it in
we're going to have to stop.
But so there will be 3 different darning techniques plus a way that you can reuse a sock that you don't think is worth darning. So it should be really helpful, and we will also go over darning tools that you can use.
Yes, I'm writing up a list, either expensive, well, not expensive, but the made-for darning tools like a darning egg, or do it yourself.
Do it yourself. So anyone can darn.
And you know what? I've done my method of patching, and I kind of like that one.
Yeah, I do too. It's awesome.
So, anyways,
so that's what we're working on.
That's what we're doing, and we're going to go right into.
We're going to go right into the 30 things to stop doing to yourself. This week, we are bringing 10 through 12.
We're a little over a third through.
Yes, we're a little over a third through, and I'm really enjoying doing this, and I am trying to follow these rules as I come across them. So it's kind of nice to break them down by week. This is from the Mark and Angel Hack Life Practical Tips for a Productive Living blog. Which we will link in the show notes. And the article was called 30 Things to Stop Doing to Yourself. And I saw a link for it on Ravelry, and it really struck a chord with me. And so I thought it would be fun to talk about, because I think these rules apply for your life, but also for your knitting, which I think is totally awesome.
I think you made a lot of people feel guilty last week regarding the purchasing of happiness. That was a mention on Clark quite a bit.
Yeah, sorry. Well, maybe this will make you feel better. So number 10, stop exclusively looking to others for happiness. I love this one. If you're not happy with who you are on the inside, you won't be happy in a long-term relationship with anyone else either. You have to create stability in your own life before you can share it with somebody else. That's really true. You need to find ways to make yourself happy and not depend on other people for your happiness. And that really hit home for me when I left my job, my full-time job as an attorney. I really loved my job when I was doing it. I think I was pretty good at it. It gave me a lot of self-esteem and self-confidence to have that work. And all of a sudden, I got sick. I had to give up my job. I'm at home. And I was kind of miserable for the first year, and I had to actively seek out ways to give myself happiness and enjoyment and accomplishment other than my job, looking for the people in my job and my clients to give that to me. And knitting really filled that for me, because I had a sense of achievement. And I think you can use knitting to be one of the things to help make yourself feel happy without having to look for your friends to amuse you or your spouse to amuse you. So stop looking to others for your happiness. Find it within yourself. Number 11, stop being idle. This is a big one for me. Don't think too much, or you'll create a problem that wasn't even there in the first place. That's me to a T.
Yeah, me too.
Evaluate the situation and take a decisive action. You can't change what you refuse to confront. Making progress involves risk, period. You can't make it to second base with your foot still on first. That's true. I tend to overanalyze sometimes.
I overthink all the time.
Yeah, and I worry. I get myself so wrought up with worry about what could happen, and then the event comes and none of that stuff happens, and then I just feel stupid. Mm-hmm. So yeah, don't overthink things, and it works with knitting too. Sometimes you read ahead in the pattern and you're like, holy, I don't know it, it's not going to make sense. Just go with it, because half the time if you just do what they say, it works out in the end, and you're like, oh, yeah, it's really worked for nothing. Yeah. So that's number 11. And number 12, stop thinking you're not ready. Nobody ever feels 100% ready when an opportunity arises, because most great opportunities in life force us to grow beyond our comfort zones, which means we won't feel totally comfortable at first. So I think this applies really well for life. Don't tell yourself you're not ready to go out and meet new people if you're one of those people that tends to stay at home. I'm like that. Make yourself join that local crafting group or a knit night or something like that. Or if you haven't joined our group and become active in it, put yourself out there. It's not going to be comfortable to be the new person in a group, but you're going to get huge rewards from it. I did that. I'm a very kind of like a homebody. I'm not very social. I don't like to go out. But when I stayed at home from my job and I didn't really know anybody, I made myself go out and join knitting groups. And that's how I made all of my wonderful friends. So even though it was tough the first few weeks being the new person in the group, it really paid off in the end. And also, stop thinking you're not ready to knit a complicated project. There's nothing that's going to hurt if you try it. you might not be ready to knit lace in lace weight. Try knitting a lace object in a fingering weight.
Or worsted for that
Or
matter.
worsted weight, yeah,
'Cause
like
I've done
Sheila's
that.
shawl that she did earlier in the year. You know, you might be ready to do that. Don't let that hold you back. And the worst thing that's going to happen is you try it and you'll find out really you still aren't ready, and you'll put it away and come back to it in a few months.
Another thing on that is stop thinking you're not ready. Stop thinking you're not ready to exercise.
Oh, that's
How many
true.
of us do that too?
Me.
I'm the
Me.
big proponent of it, and you know, right now we haven't much this week, but my husband and I have been going to the gym a lot, and it's been nice to have someone else make you kind of go, and it's really not as bad as I thought it was.
And stop thinking you're not ready to go on a diet or change your life in some small way.
Right.
And don't think you have to go whole smash. This is the other thing. You don't have to go full bore. You don't have to start out exercising an hour a day, 7 days a week. Try exercising 10 minutes a
15,
day
yeah.
for 5 days or every other day.
Well, the Couch to 5K program is really, really good.
Couch to 5K is wonderful. Spark People has a lot of 10-minute exercise videos that are free and they are scheduled, so
Right.
you can just do them as they go. And even the smallest thing. And I'm telling you, if you are too injured or if you are too overweight to comfortably exercise, they have chair exercise videos
Oh, yeah.
for people who can't use their legs or are chair bound. You can even do that. And there's like this woman on Spark People who has lost hundreds of pounds,
Really?
like more than 100 pounds from exercising in a chair video. And now she's like out
Able
of
to
the
walk
chair and
and-
able to exercise regularly. But it can be done.
Good.
So don't think you're not ready. Make yourself be ready. It's not going to be fun at first, but you'll get into it.
So on that note, before the kids get a little loud,
I know. They did pretty well.
They did pretty well. I think we've pushed into the limit. I think this is going to be one of our shortest episodes in a long time.
Yeah, because we have a couple
some
of
editing
to
to
do.
do. If you're watching us on iTunes, please leave at least a star rating or a
Yes.
comment for us and any of the other podcasts you watch us.
Yes.
If you're looking for the show notes, they will be at knitoneheart2.blogspot.com. I'm getting a little bit better at that. All our contact information is under the contact threads on our blog. And
Yeah,
you
we have a
can-
tab at the top right under the
Yeah.
title.
It includes where you can find us, knitoneheart2@gmail.com, our shipping address, and any other information. So
that you might need, our email address, our
on that note,
Twitter, everything.
again, thanks for watching.
Thanks
us.
for
Have a good
watching.
week, and we're back to regularly scheduled on Wednesday. Knit
Thank God.
with Heart.
Knit with Heart. Bye.